Alright, shalom, shalom. Coming in. Let's give all praises to Yahweh Bashem, Yahweh Shabbat, gosh. Out here in Seattle on Harrison truck route. Anyway, all of this is a metropolitan area behind us, downtown, whatever. So we're gonna, go right into it. So let's give double honors to the apostles, great millstone, citation of all Akims and conquest, pushing the truth. Y'all you had to push, then you had to turn up, then you had to hail. The eldest coin, and as you can see, what a year it is. And we got the wars going on, we got the famines going on, we got the inflation going on, we have politics with there's no justice or law in the streets, so they're getting ready for the Republicans to come on in. You see what's going on with the Queen of England. She has passed away from the last time we've been out prophesying, and it's all hail the king, the masculine spirit coming into the earth. So let's go right into masculine spirit. It's Isaiah 13:1. The burden of Babylon, because America is Babylon, which Isaiah the son of Amos did see. Lift up a banner upon a high mountain. America is the high mountain. America is the pinnacle of white supremacy. He saw democracy that he runs in the world. America is the woman that sits on the beast that runs the beast. Lift up a banner upon a high mountain, exalt the voice unto them, shake the hand that they may go into the gates of the nobles. And we know that's true. Vocab alone, who was sung by, we know, the small hats, and all Christian churches, y'all all know about this Israelite. I mean, me going back in particular, me and the Arkin from GMS, Wisconsin was running around the park at your shore house, me, Atazawam, and Amawam, and we had a pastor. We stopped the pastor who was giving out flyers, and the pastor said, once we asked like who is this person on the flyer, which that other white meat, the man said, wait a minute, y'all the meat who Israelite? And we like, yeah, like we just got started, so we been only a couple weeks outside, so we like, yeah. This was 2008 and maybe 9. And he like, the government told us, no, I'm sorry, he said the government. He said we got a memo from the government said not to talk to them. See that? So that's how we know that it went into the gates of the noble. Outside of Kodak Black and them years later coming, talking about the Israelite, Tiffany Hadden, let's go on and on. Lift up a banner upon a high mountain, exalt the voice unto them, shake the hand, that they may go into the gates of the noble. I have commanded my sanctified ones. I have also called my mighty ones for my anger, even them that rejoice in my highness. And that's talking about the angels that's orchestrating everything around here. Because you see a lot of death and killing and murdering and robbery and theft happening all over America, right? And a lot of y'all thinking like, oh man, motherfuckers at the right place at the wrong time and the wrong place at the right time. I say that to just sum up that y'all think it's free will, which no, there's no such thing. Which we're gonna show y'all what's happening with this death. That's why it's very important that you Israelites come back to your heritage, your nationality, your culture, because Yahweh Shah is calling back. And he referencing everybody judgment on the earth. This Ezekiel 9:1. He cried also in my ear with a loud voice, saying, cause them to have charge over the city to draw near, and every man with his destroying weapon in his hand. And behold, 6 men came from the way of the higher gates, and it's the angels, which led towards the north, and every one with his slaughter weapon in his hand. And one man among them was clothed with linen, with a writer's inkhorn by his side, and went in and stood beside the brazen altar, and the glory of God of Israel was gone up by the cherubim, whereupon he was to the threshold of the house, and he called to the man clothed with linen, which had the writer's inkhorn by his side. And the Lord said unto him, go through the midst of the city, go through the midst of Jerusalem. See that? So you blacks, Latins, and Native Americans, Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shah has not only sent out his messengers in the flesh, which you see us, the Isaiah 13, but also he sent out the angels. That's in the celestial body, third, fourth dimension, can't see him. Clothed with a writer inkhorn. And the Lord said unto him, go through the midst of the city, go through the midst of Jerusalem. It's talking about all these cities in America. And set a mark, and that mark is the Wah, not Karagma, the one in Revelation 13:16. That's the Wah in Ezekiel 9 and 4, meaning exempt from judgment, because that's what time we living in. We living in a time of judgment. This is Ezekiel 9 and 4. And the Lord said unto him, go through the midst of the city, go through the midst of Jerusalem, and set a mark upon the forehead of the man that sigh and cry for all the abomination that be done in the midst thereof. See, there are a lot of y'all thinking this everyday American lifestyle and what y'all are witnessing, like this is normal, this is okay. This is not okay. This is a bunch of bullshit. Testimony at work. Show you how the demonic world work, right? And how fool y'all got the kids around here, right? My son, 23. Co-worker at work, 25. She say in her sleep that her significant other seen her playing with herself and wants to know, like, what's up with that? And she, everything is okay. And I said, no, that's a sucky bus, inky bus. And I broke the whole thing down to her, told her, go talk to your mate. And because that spirit is here to put thoughts in your mind. Demonic thoughts, lesbianism thoughts, homosexual thoughts, cheat on your mate thoughts, bring confusion into the earth thoughts. You know what I'm saying? Committing adultery thoughts. That's what we fight against. Hold on. My bad. I didn't mean to jump. But this is what we fight against. And the churches ain't did a goddamn thing. They ain't identified and warned nobody about shit. Nothing. Like, period. They totally failed y'all. But we got it. We got it, trust me. We ain't worried about no motherfucking church. This Ephesians 6 and 10. Finally, my brethren, be strong in the Lord and the power of his might, which is this book. Put on the whole armor of God, that ye may be able to stand against the wiles of the devil. See that? Put on the whole armor. See that? You gotta live this truth, man. Because we living in a demonic time. Gross darkness has covered the earth, man. Put on the whole armor of God, that ye may be able to stand against the wiles of the devil. For we wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against principality, against power, against the rulers of the darkness of this world, against spiritual wickedness in high place. That's why I was breaking it down to the little girl. You got the first and second. I noticed I've been explaining all for 2 weeks. The first and second heaven, the third and fourth heaven, or the first and second dimension, the third and fourth dimension. And these the people totally outside of the Akims and the Aquas. That this world is in gross darkness. And we the only ones that got it. Those of us who have the spirit and power of Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shah in this book, we the only ones that know what's going on out here. So I told her, look, that's a sucky bus, inky bus, this what it's doing. And then just to let her know, like, this ain't no game. This how you know motherfucker know, like, motherfucker ain't playing. I say, look, motherfucker put it in your mind to do certain things. And I watch everything. So I'm already knowing motherfucker already met a little friend and shit, that's a girl, demonic like a motherfucker. No, that's that lesbian shit. So I told her, I said, look, I ain't say that, but I said, look, motherfucker wants you to commit adultery on your husband, wants you to do some lesbian act, something like that. And they put thoughts in your mind, subliminal messages being supplanted in your mind. These thoughts, suggestions, powerful though. And it's lining everything up too. Motherfucker just looked at me like, and the only thing motherfucker say is, I knew I was supposed to talk to you about this. And that's it. I'm gone. I did my job. That's it. You on your own after that. But that's what we wrestle against, Akims and Aquas, principalities in high places and shit. That's why we gotta shit put on the whole arm. It's a 13, Ephesians 6 and 13. Wherefore take ye unto the whole armor of God, that you may be able to stand against that you may be able to withstand in the evil day, and having done all to stand. Done all what? Fasting, praying, studying to show thyself approved. Work out thy salvation with fear and trembling. You see, you got the buses riding past, you got the tourists. You know what I'm saying? They out here first thing. To see the tourists, see the bus behind over Washington, D.C. Nothing but witchcraft, lesbianism, homosexuality. Watch when I start doing the breakdown of these different monuments around here, like Capitol Hill and so forth, where they got the Roman pillars. Not to get off subject, but yeah, we living in the evil days, man, and it's now. Every day you wake up, it's evil's happening. And having done all to stand therefore having your loins girt about with truth. See that? The truth. What is the truth? And like GMS said, they got 100% truth. See that? We got 100% truth. Who you think I learned from? And having on the blessed plate of righteousness. See that? Righteousness. You Archims and you Archers out there, you got to live a righteous life. You got to apply these laws, statutes, and commandments to yourself. Because these people out here are evil. And they watching. And they saying like, damn, there's something different about Yellow Canoe. He don't lie. You know what I'm saying? Right, I got a whole different vibration. All praise to Yahweh Bashem, Yahweh Shah. Double honors to the apostles who ruled well, taught us how to not only live this truth, but to apply it. And your feet with the preparation of the gospel of peace. And right, always be ready to give an answer. I read to my little brother friends who from Minnesota. They so-called heads of truth or whatever. No, they ain't got the whole thing. Now they doing their own little thing at home, teaching what they think that's the right way, which is climbing up another way. The scriptures already told us what we're supposed to do. You're supposed to be on them goddamn highways and byways. And in Europe, and they're doing the internet. And another thing I notice about these other camps, they don't know all the breakdowns. And because they elders and leaders and teachers, spirit of Yahweh Bashem, Yahweh Shah having led them to the apostles, they don't understand like what they really doing. So they doing their own thing. But oh well. And the feet shone with the preparation of the gospel of peace. Above all, taking the shield of faith, wherewith ye shall be able to quench all the fiery darts of the wicked. See that? That faith, man, unseen. Everybody else is moving along with this world. They, creating businesses, having kids, getting married, moving to different states. And you know what they say about us Akims and Aquas that's doing this? Them niggas stuck on stupid. Which we're not. I got the faith that this is gonna happen. So Lil John can go from being 9 years old when I came in to now he's 23 till I got another 9 years. He can turn 23. I don't give a fuck. Because all praise to Yahweh Bashem, Yahweh Shah, that motherfuckers still in this and hope for elect, working out salvation and fear and trembling. So let's keep this going. So we have to be ready to get that answer. Because these people out here in gross darkness, we the only ones with the light, Archims and Aquas. So ain't no, sense of slowing down anything. We ain't got to slow down. Matter of fact, there's a reason why the world is speeding up. Why is the world speeding up? Let's get that real quick, then I'll jump back. Why is the world speeding up? Let's see why the world is speeding up. You're going to find out it's about us. See that? Because the days are going faster. Ain't nobody knowing. Hey, real quick, would you say that the days are moving faster?
Hey. Yeah, probably.
Yeah, because even the scientists just came out last week and said that the axle is rotating, the Earth is rotating faster.
Faster?
Yeah. And I said, well, that's actually in the Bible. That the creator of the universe said in the end of days, he's gonna have to speed the time up because it ain't gonna be no flesh left to be saved. And as you can see with all the GMOs and the wars and just everything that's going on. Yeah, we have to hurry up because something is definitely going on. And that thing with Russia and China, with these hyper supersonic ICBM missiles, I don't know if anybody said anything, that's here in the Bible too.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's what I'm out here doing, just, you know, teaching end time prophecy.
Nice.
And I just happened to come to that subject that the earth is rotating faster, and I'm gonna read it real quick.
The days do feel shorter for sure.
Yes. So let's get that real quick. It's Matthew 24 and 22. And except those days should be shortened. See that? He said, except those days should be short. And this is in the gospel, and it's in red. So who's speaking when it's in red? Christ himself. So we are living the end days, because he said also it was going to be a generation was going to come. He said you was going to be a wicked and adulterous generation. Look around. Look around. See, all the signs and everything is here. So this Matthew's 24 and 22. And except those days should be shortened, there shall no flesh be saved, but for the elect's sake, those days shall be shortened. See that? So this for the elect's sake, those days should be shortened. Let me get a precept real quick. Because the elect, that's what it's about. Who are the elect? What's that? 2 and 10. See that? Second answer is 2 and 10. Because a lot of y'all say, we wasting our time, we don't know what we doing. But yeah, we do know what we doing. We ready to get up out of here. This second Exodus 2 and 10. Thus said the Lord unto Israel, tell my people that I will give them the kingdom of Jerusalem, which I would have given unto Israel. Their glory also will I take unto me, and give thee the everlasting tabernacles which I have prepared for them. Because that blessing go back to who? Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. Got it. It said, they shall have the tree of life for an ornament of sweet savor. What's the tree of life? This book. See that? Revelation 22. It was 12 manners of I ain't gonna keep going because I'm be going off. I'll be going further and further. There shall have the tree of life for an ornament of sweet savor. They shall neither labor nor be weary, because we got the next world that's coming up. It said everywhere you put to shame, you should be put to fame, baby. Go and ye shall receive. Pray for a few days unto you. See that? So we supposed to pray for a few days unto us. See that? So those of y'all who ain't, y'all ain't part. Hey look, you can't make yourself be a part of this. This is a holy calling. That's what we have going on here. Go and ye shall receive. Pray for a few days unto you, that they may be shortened. The kingdom is ready, prepared for you. Watch. And that's what we do. We're watching. What we watching for? What we witnessing right now today. See that? He was told about these things. Which let me get that. I ain't let go of my points yet. But we was told about this. This ain't nothing new. Y'all just stuck on stuff. This Luke, St. Luke 21 and 7. And they asked him, saying, Master, but when shall these things be? And what sign will there be when these things shall come to pass? And he said, take heed that ye be not deceived, for many shall come in my name, saying, I am Christ, I am Yahushua. Christ mean anointed. I am Christ, and the time draw near. Go ye not therefore after them. Because you have plenty of false prophets from Jamestown, Jim Jones, who the elder Tar brought up about how he led all them black women down there to Jamestown and had them killed. Until you had Comfy come up talking about he the comforter, which Yahweh Shah is the comforter, but now he's a dead nigga. And you got the Rosicrucians that paid off that organization that Comfy was a part of, IOC, Israel United in Christ. No, that's I forgot the name of it, but Comfy was a part of it in New York, and he ended up dying. And the flock was scattered. And I noticed a lot of y'all in Minnesota, y'all have those teachings too. But when ye shall hear of wars and commotions, be not terrified, for these things must first come to pass, but the end is not by and by. See that? Because we have the RFID chip coming up. They setting up the digital world now. So the end is here, but it ain't by and by. Then said he unto me, nation shall rise against nation, and kingdom against kingdom. And you see that. You see race riots. You see Ukraine, Russia. You see India, Pakistan, they having their little quarrels back and forth. You see Turkey disputing with their border. You see Iran sending drones to Ukraine. The list go on and on. America all over the world. They was in Afghanistan, they pulled the troops back. They was in Iraq. They in South Africa. We got China over there too. Libya. Nation shall rise against nation, and kingdom against kingdom, and great earthquakes shall be in diverse places, and famines. See that? And the famines, whether they being, I don't know, orchestrated, controlled, that's what's coming. Famines. So get ready for that famine and earthquakes, because they already spoke about Washington here, and they under fault lines, and they even gave a whole computer-generated analysis of if a earthquake happened with the bay here, that it'll flood inland about 6 miles. So it's gonna be a lot of dead people. Start off from where I'm at, because this is as close as you can get to the water, right here, on back. And there's a lot of people that stay in these complexes. And they said it's gonna be submerged to 6 feet. I'm only 5'11". So basically the water will be over my car and over this little motherfucker behind. And having that much water submerged in this area with all these, and then the terrain here is not even. So you'll be walking and not knowing that you starting to go up hills and shit, and you can't see in this water. Oh man, this being on the water be a disaster. But anyways, Luke 21 and 10. And then he said unto them, nation shall rise against nation, and kingdom against kingdom, and great earthquakes shall be in diverse places, and famine, and pestilence, and fearful sights, and great signs there shall be from heaven. But before all these they shall lay their hands on you, and persecute you, delivering you up to the synagogues and to prison, being brought before kings and rulers for my name's sake. See that? So they still paying us. We already see how they setting up and orchestrating the legislative body to come get us off the highways and byways, and to deem us as domestic terrorists. All that's happening right now. We see all of it. That's why the last scripture said, but watch. They say, and it shall turn to you for a testimony. Settle it therefore in your heart, lob in the Hebrew your mind, not to meditate before what ye shall answer. For I will give you a mouth of wisdom, which all your adversaries shall not be able to gainsay nor resist. And you see that happening now. See that? Can't nobody gainsay or resist. And it say adversary, meaning against this truth, not against you as an individual. So it can be your mother, your father, your brother, sister, cousins, nieces, nephews, uncles, all the way down to your co-workers, your significant other, all of them can be against this truth. See that? But can't none of them resist. Because I didn't hear my little brother and everybody. And the only thing they can say is, you know what, man? You always got something for something. Because it's all praises to Yehovah Bashem, Yehovah Shah Bashem, Rekarkanash. We got the light. It's the darkness. All that shit that Esau taught y'all in this world, I don't care what college you went to, who you are, what you think. And cancel it. That shit over with. I'm going to show you why it's over with too. Shit, look, I gotta jump. Resist, and ye shall be betrayed both by parents And brethren, now I see why that's right behind it. Which I ain't get portrayed, because motherfucker just told me, alright. Because you either gonna do two things. You either gonna submit to this or get ran over. And kin folks, see that? And kin folks, you're gonna be betrayed. So, oh well, they got their tail up their ass for whatever reason to not like you because you about Yahweh Bashem, Yahweh Shah. Fuck them. And friends, fuck them. Your true friends is who? Your true brethren, like Yahweh Shah said. Who is my brother, who is my sister? But those that do the will of my Father. So I don't give a fuck. And friends, and some of you shall they cause to put to death. So us Akim, some of us gonna be martyred. That's cool. We don't control shit anyway. And ye shall be hated for all men for my name's sake. See that? For Yahweh Bashem, Yahweh Shah. That's why I said this ain't about us. They ain't hating us because of I don't like John. No, mother don't like John because John about Yahweh Shah. I be about my Father's business. And feed his sheep. That's it. But there shall not a hair of your head perish. In your patience possess ye your soul. There we go. So let's jump back where I was at. I was gonna get why they can't gainsay it now. Real quick. This 1 Corinthians 3 and let me start at 3 and 1 Corinthians 3 and 18. Let no man deceive himself. If any man among you seems to be wise in this world, like Omar Johnson, goofy ass, with that right? Wise in this world, let him become a fool that he may be wise. For the wisdom of this world is foolish unto God. For it is written, he hath taken the wise in their own craftiness. See that? Yahweh Bashem, Yahweh Shah, he's the the ultimate chess player. And Esau, his philosophy and all that has been taught to us by Esau is being checkmated by the spirit and power of Yahweh Bashem, Yahweh Shah, Bashem, and Karkadash, his name. And again, the Lord knoweth the thoughts of the wise that they are vain. Therefore, let no man glory in man, for all things are yours. See that? So that shit is vain, man. So forget about it. You can't do nothing against this. Ezekiel 9 and 2. And beheld 6 men came from the way of the higher gate, which led toward the north, and every man a slaughter weapon in his hand. And one man among them was clothed in linen with a writer's inkhorn by the side. And they went in and stood beside the brazen altar. And the glory of God of Israel was going up to the rest of the house. And he called to the man clothed with linen which had the writer's inkhorn by his side. And the Lord said unto him, go through the midst of the city, go through the midst of Jerusalem, and set a mark, the Wah in the Hebrew, upon the forehead of the man that signed that cry for all abomination that be done in the midst thereof. And to the other he said, because don't forget, some of them got weapons. He said in my hearing, go ye after him through the city and smite, meaning kill. Let not your eyes spare, neither have ye pity. Slay utterly old and young, both maids and little children and women. But come not near any man upon who is the mark, and begin at my sanctuary. Then they began that the ancient man was before the house. See that? So those of y'all who know this truth, was a part of this truth, fell out, left, put your truth in a napkin, hid it under your bed, because you said you put a light upon the housetop. Y'all asses in trouble. See that? And those of y'all who hasn't, period, just acknowledged being an Israelite and so forth, you are part of the 2/3 club. It's Ezekiel 11:11. This city shall not be your cauldron, neither shall you be the flesh in the midst thereof. but I will judge you in the border of Israel. See that? The 2/3 don't know that. They being judged. And that's why they having massive death happen. Gruesome ways. Like, I can't put no name on it, but you know, I prophesied, you know, told motherfucker, look, motherfucker on bread. I told, you know, my significant other that is one of her closest cousin girls, when my son was 9 and theirs was 9 too. Both had the same name, Josiah. That's all I can say. That's my 9-year-old, Josiah. And Josiah is no longer here with us because of raising him under Rack City, Cauldron, which we being judged in the border of Israel. So I told my wife to tell your cousin that we are Israelites and we being judged in the border of Israel, and she got to get her shit right, starting with the niggas she fuck with. But fast forwarded to 12 years later, a massive guy going to get his sister some. Josiah was going to get his sister going away because she joined the Beast, which is the Army of America. Which there we go, doing it again. And the Rack City boys came up on him while he was on his bike and shot him off his bike with a fully automatic machine gun and literally stood over his body and dumped 9 to 14 bullets in this young Israelite body. And they had to like power spray the blood from the bullets off the pavement because the blood was stained to the pavement. And this is the gruesome death that's happening with the angels because we are being judged in the border of Israel. This is what we're telling every fucking body. My brother came with that same sad ass story about a young guy his age that he was like, man, bro, my friend, I know, his son, yeah, I know, got killed coming to Kenosha just to visit. And could nowhere. Right, that doesn't matter. The word has went out. The angels are judging y'all in the border of Israel. We stood on, I told my other brother, I said, look, bro, we stood on 22nd, me and the Akim. We dusted our feet off of that place. So you Israelites in Kenosha, Wisconsin in particular, we know y'all don't have no cloak for y'all sins anymore. We was out there for years, and me and the Akim still stay there, I still go visit, everything. And I don't do this just on no goddamn Saturday. For those of y'all who know me know this is an all day, every day. The light. Watch me. Shit make me mad, man. Ezekiel 11:11. This city shall not be your cauldron, neither shall you be the flesh in the midst thereof. But I will judge you in the border of Israel, and ye shall know that I am the Lord. For you have not walked in my statutes. See that? Y'all do what the fuck y'all want to do. Neither executed my judgment. See that? What is his judgment? To keep the law, statutes, and commandments. That's it. See that? Seek ye the kingdom of heaven, and he'll add all the other things unto you. That's all you got to do. You ain't got to lean unto Esau, man, in this bullshit ass world. That's why y'all went and took that vaccine. I ain't gonna take shit. And I ain't taking shit. You can give man look. I ain't talking shit. Ye have not walked in my statute, neither executed my judgment, but have done after the manner of the heathens that are round about you. Right. See that? Y'all want to go through the hookah lounge. See that? Y'all want to get into lesbianism. I'm talking about you blacks, Latins, and Native Americans. Those of y'all who on this motherfucking side. We don't give a fuck about nobody else. See that? We're talking to blacks, Latins, and Native Americans. See that? This is non-negotiable for other nations, but we got a mixed multitude that's gonna come out of other nations that look like other nations, but the spirit and the power of Yahweh Hashem Yahushua gonna compel them to this truth through the word. See that? That's what's sealing everybody. The word. Not I look like black like Shaft or like a Native American or an Indian. That ain't what's gonna do it. It's the spirit. So yeah, we are being judged in the border of this place. That's why we have the horrendous things happening to us. Let me go a little farther. This is Isaiah 25:7. And he will destroy in the mountain the face of the covering cast over all people, and the veil that is spread over all nations. What was that? Esau reconstructing human civilization through his science, his witchcraft, and his sorcery magic. Your schools is universal. All that has been broke down. We the 12 tribes of Israel. Now we know who we are, according to Ezekiel the 37th chapter. See that? The 2 sticks. We good. So we don't give a fuck about what no Edomite talking about, because we got our heritage back. We got our heritage, nationality, culture back. That's why we don't lean upon Esau and his ways. That's why he say, wear a mask, man, fuck you. Wearing no